Welcome back to the podcast. We have Kevin Fodrey here with us. If you thought it
Said it
was
right.
Fodrey, it's not. No one ever gets it right. We get it right. Kevin is the owner of Cardinal Disc Golf, one of my sponsors. He's a big guy in Gateway now, too. He's also a phenomenal disc golfer. Nick and I have to play him all year long. So,
Mainly
yeah,
a B2s.
mainly at B tiers. He's the B tier
Facts.
king. It's been reported by him and himself that he doesn't play pro tour events, but he does win B tiers. Although you play Ledgestone though, yeah,
Yeah, I played 7
yeah,
Pro Tour events last year. So,
yeah.
I played
Last
Pro
year,
Tour events.
so just
It's
a
just
couple.
a waste of money.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. When you're spending
newsflash.
$400 on an event,
It's
Yeah.
like it's $1,000 to go and play basically,
Yeah.
and then you get
Not
10th
worth
place
it.
and you get $1,000.
Yeah.
It's like,
Not worth it.
congratulations.
Yeah, wow.
But we got a big one today. So Kevin, give us a little breakdown. Who are you? What's your rating? Give us a little disc golf history lesson with Kevin.
What's my rating? I think I'm 998. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I dropped a point on the last update. I'm probably the only person that close to 1,000 that doesn't care about their rating. But that
Probably.
is largely because
You're not 1,000.
it's because I cared so much. I really did. I was like super into my rating.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
really?
the difference is like now I don't have to worry about my rating because my
Mhm.
sponsorships aren't contingent on it.
Yeah.
And so
Yes. I
yes.
totally agree. Totally.
Yeah.
I just got on
Yeah.
testing team for a bunch of people and now I don't care half as much because I just I still get discs regardless and I still get to rep these brands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
and
like
people-
I feel like a rating is like a college degree. Like it might get you in the door, but it's not going to do anything for you once you're there. Like
That's a good point.
some of these companies have like an entry, like, oh, okay, well, you have to be 1,000, you have to be 1010, you have to be 1015, whatever it is. And it's like, okay, cool. But like as a marketing person, I know dudes who are like 1030 who aren't worth $50. You know what I mean? Whereas like I know dudes who are 850 that sell hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for their sponsors. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Again, like I said, obviously I care because it's like, why else would I, whatever. But it doesn't like carry the same weight it used to, because I used to stress about my rating. I used to be like, I'm going down a point, oh my gosh. And now it's like whatever. I'm sure I'll hit it. I think I think in the next update, like not this update, I think this next update I averaged like 1030 last year, so I'm cooked. But I think the next update was like my worst update of the year. I averaged like 975 over like 12 rounds. So it's like when that drops off, I mean, if I just shoot like 1,000 rated round, I should go over 1,000. So,
Yeah, you'll be in.
But that being said, yes. You said you wanted to know who I was. I'm Kevin
Yeah,
Fodrey.
history.
I'm from
History.
Indiana. I'm a dad. I'm a Christian. I am a faithful husband to my wife, Rachel. I love my wife. And she's awesome and very good at disc golf. But she doesn't play. The greatest failure of my disc golf career.
Yeah.
That really speaks to your marketing game.
It's super sad, honestly. She could be cleaning up these B tiers with me. No, but
We need more players in FPO, dude.
I know. I own Cardinal Disc Golf. I'm a part owner. I own it with my partner Lane Mosolf from up in Canada, goat of apparel.
Yeah.
And then I also own a digital marketing company called Heiser Marketing. I work a lot outside of disc golf with that. I just named it disc golf because I like disc golf. And then I'm also the director of marketing and media for Gateway, as well as I'm on their tour team. So I wear a lot of hats. I have like 3 other jobs that I do around Fort Wayne and at home, but that's like my main jobs, I guess. I'm stressed. I got too many jobs.
You just love working. It sounds like you just love working.
I'm just like I like hate being stagnant. Like I have to be doing something, and so I also just have a hard time saying no. And so when people ask me for like favors or they ask me to like do something to help them or whatever, it always just like turns into something, and I don't know. I like helping people, and so sometimes that manifests itself in too much work, but it's all right. I'm okay with it. I'd rather be busy than have nothing to do. So.
Yeah, right.
It's fair. All right, Nick. Nick is our question guy. So he's got a great list of questions here. So I'm going to pass it over to Nick.
All right.
Nick, what you got?
Kevin, you posted 1,300 times.
Yeah, probably like half in the last 30 days.
What's your meme percentage?
My meme percentage? I didn't.
What-
I don't think
your
I
meme
ever.
percentage since you posted your first meme on December 20th? How many?
Oh God.
What's your percentage of memes since
We know
December?
this
I'm
answer.
I'm trying to do the math. I'm thinking it's like somewhere around like 200 memes. It's got to be close.
So you posted 144 times to give you a reference.
Since
Yeah,
December
that's
20th.
it's. I mean, I've probably posted 12 times outside of memes.
Yeah.
How close is that? That's close. Is that it?
You have a 60% meme rate.
That's crazy.
So
It's pretty high, Kevin.
you posted 88 memes.
It's even
out
what's
of
even
100
crazier is I have
140.
62 drafts.
That's wild.
I go crazy. on
Shout
that,
out
dude.
CapCut.
Dude, anybody else stress out when that got banned for like 2 days?
Yes.
Because I was stressing.
When it
I
got
didn't even know
banned,
what
I
it
remember
was.
pulling up the app being like, I just learned how to do all these really cool things on this.
Even not for memes, it's just a super quick and efficient editor.
Do you
And
like pay for it?
I pay for the
I do
premium, but
too.
my
It's like
I
$10
pretty
a
much
month.
like anything that's like to do with like content creation or something like that. My social media is monetized, and I get like a pretty good amount of money from it now. Like nothing
Yeah.
crazy, but like a couple $100 a week. And
Through Facebook.
yeah, through Facebook and Instagram. And then because of that, I just like count that as like paying for my stuff. So like my subscriptions.
That's fair.
So I have like Canva, CapCut.
How do you get
Meta
paid
Verified.
through Instagram? I know. for all the
It's
content
like
creators
it's
out
like
there.
Instagram Reels bonuses. So they'll
Mhm.
like give challenges and stuff like that. It's kind of weird the way Instagram does it. I barely ever get anything from Instagram. It's almost always through Facebook.
Facebook.
But
Interesting.
yeah, it's kind of weird too. I get more views on Facebook. Facebook's weird. It's like
Facebook
all
is
my
weird.
all my Instagram videos get like 2,000 to like
Yep.
10,000, like somewhere in that
Yep.
area usually. And then every once in a while, one will pop off for like 50, 60,000 or something like that.
Mhm.
But Facebook, I'll get like 400 views and then like 180,000 on the next one. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
Exactly.
I did a test actually I had a sweet video of me throwing a forehand at New London, practicing for Worlds. And I posted it with music, and then I posted it literally one day later with no music. Same video. Both videos popped off. The one without music got like 500,000 views or something like that, and the one with music got like 180,000 views. So they both got a lot, but I made like $110 off of those two videos on
Nice.
stuff. So I'm like, I was literally like contemplating just posting that video every day for like a month just to see what happens, like with the algorithm.
Yeah.
Like if it just keeps paying me, it's like, is this an infinite money glitch? Like I don't know. But it was just an interesting like test. I do tests all the time. Memes is kind of a test for me. So I was like, for the last few years of having my disc golf Instagram, I have done no memes until like you said, December 20th, I think is like the first time I ever posted a meme.
It was a Farquad meme.
It's so funny. But
it was allegedly one day after Frank posted his first meme.
True.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, content thief.
Content thief.
Oh my
Tag
gosh! Please, everybody, Steven me.
Speaking of content thief, anyone see Steven Bustrin steal my meme?
Dude,
like actually screen recorded that John.
He's your teammate on Cardinal. You know that.
Screen recorded that John. I was like,
that is
bruh,
the baby meme.
Yeah. I was like,
talk about someone who makes memes. He posts more than I do.
Oh, he posts like 4 times a day. Anyway, go back to what you were saying.
But yeah, no, but it's a kind of a test. So like I said, I'm in marketing, so I love doing like A/B testing and just like marketing in general is just like trying things and seeing what works. And I've been testing where it's like I'll post like 12 memes, and then I'll post like 1 or 2 like quality pieces of content of like actual throwing or promoting sponsor or something like that. Not memes, just literally anything, not memes. Yeah, and I get better engagement on my content when I do that. But I will tell you this: nothing gets views like memes, dude. It's a really good way to grow your content. I think I've gained 1,100 followers in the last like month and a half.
Yeah,
and so it's a good vehicle, but then like the memes get them to my page, and then they see the normal content. They're like, oh, nice. And then like some guy just messaged me on Instagram yesterday and was like, it was in my request, and he was just like, thanks for the $54 off my Vivos. And I was like, oh, sick. He's like, yeah, I just saw you wearing them in a meme, and I clicked it, and they were tagged. So I went to your page and saw you had a discount. And it's like, I get that same percentage back. So it's like, thanks for 50. Like, he essentially was like, here's $54. I'm like, dude, memes life. So
Nice.
yeah, I don't know. Memes are an experiment. We'll see how long I do them. I probably won't do them as much in the season because I'm just like so much busier. But I just like TV doesn't like distract me. And so when I just like sit down to watch a show at the end of the night or something like that with my wife or something, I'll just sit there and make memes. So
I'm not much of a meme guy, but we all know
Nick's
that.
not a meme guy.
I'm not a meme
Nick's
guy.
Gonna,
I'm not the
Nick's gonna
audience
become.
for
We're gonna
any
get
memes.
Nick to be a meme guy.
No, absolutely.
We just need to find the
Nick,
meme,
no
like
meme.
one good meme, and then Nick just posts it every day.
True.
It'll be the same thing. The infinite money glitch.
Yeah. And speaking about posting, you posted something on your story today.
Oh my gosh.
It was.
I will touch on it very briefly.
All right, good. It was the Paul Macbeth feather jersey, and you posted and said that they stole it. Do you think it's just a coincidence?
No. However, I'm not mad about it. Here's why.
Okay.
Everybody steals our stuff. I have receipts. Again, I think that graphic design and the art world is very subjective. It's very hard to, if you've ever been like, Frank's like dabbled with some design stuff. Like if you do design, like I follow a bunch of designers to get inspiration. And so it's like, sometimes you like don't even think you're copying something, but you just like inherently mimic it because you like it, or like you're looking for a pattern of design, right? And so a lot of apparel, or not even some apparel companies, but a lot of manufacturers have copied us. Discmania has a jersey that looks almost exactly like ours.
They have a few. You sent me those. They have a couple.
Yeah. Discraft has two that look almost identical to the ones we have. But again, I know the guys at Discraft, and I like all of them. Like, I just stopped and I talked with Bob Julio. My bad. People always say it wrong. I talked to Julio at the expo for like a while. Super nice guy. Like, I like, Paul Johnson, their marketing guy. So I don't think they're like necessarily trying to like rip us off. But that being said, it's like a slippery slope of where it's like, okay, you took inspiration, or you're straight just copying it because you think it looks good and it saves you time from having to come up with an idea. And our stuff sells good and it's popular. And so like, if it was just like, hey, I mean, okay, I won't even like, again, I didn't even post this one, but like,
it's like they're also simple designs.
Like Innova also copied us.
Oh, you mean just feathers?
Just the feather design.
Feathers,
but there were no feather jerseys in disc golf.
Yeah.
And then we started dropping them, and now all of a sudden everybody's got feather jersey. So again, like I said, I don't think it's necessarily that they're like trying to rip us off. They just might see it and be like, dang, that looks really good. And then all of a sudden it's like, now everybody's got one. But when you copy the style and the color, it's like, maybe just like,
tough.
Don't do black and hot pink. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, come on. So I don't know. They're again, like I said, we don't want like beef with anybody. It's whatever. If anything, Lane, like I don't make our designs. Lane makes them, and Lane's like I think is one of the most talented graphic designers I've ever met. Definitely one of the most talented in disc golf. So yeah, probably should copy him. He's really good. Like I'm not upset. He's not upset about it. He always says like imitation is the greatest form of flattery. So we're not.
So it's basically like. You're not upset about it. It's just something you noticed.
It's just funny. Like I just noticed it.
Like, I recognize that jersey.
And a lot of times I don't even recognize it because people send them to me and they'll be like, oh, that's crazy. And I'm like I think I wasn't on my phone for a while and I looked at my phone. I had like 6 messages after they dropped that. And like a bunch of people sent it to me and been like, oh, they want to be it.
This looks pretty similar.
Yeah. Which again, it's like, whatever. It's a cool jersey. I mean, it's cool. It's my signature jersey. So like, I think it's cool. So
I'm trying to pull it up here. not
Buy
really
the
having
OG.
any success.
How about Frank's jersey? Like, when the heck is Frank's jersey gonna drop? I mean,
Turn
you
me
dropped
up.
everyone's besides Frank.
Not
Is Frank just
everyone's.
lazy? Is
We
Frank
have
just lazy?
15 jerseys in the pipeline for players. So
Wow.
Frank is definitely not the only one without a jersey dropped. In fact, Frank is possibly the lowest follower count of anybody not dropped yet, but will not be the last dropped. So Frank, I tell Frank the same thing I'll tell everybody. There has to be a system of doing things. Once you own
True.
a business and you start dealing with literally hundreds of players, if you don't have like set timelines and rules and regulations about how you have to do things,
Yep.
you will just literally you'll be drowned. And so it's like, you know, we have custom orders come in for like 200 jerseys. Like, I hope Frank sells 200 jerseys, but I know I'm selling 200 jerseys the second this one's done. So it's like,
Right.
I gotta do that. And
Definitely.
so again, like, it's not even like a money thing either. Cause like I said, I'm pretty open about this. Like Lane and I have never paid ourselves. I've made $0 from Cardinal. I could have paid myself, but we haven't. So it's not like, oh, well, they're just selling the ones that are going to sell good. Like we are, because that allows us to do the jerseys
do more.
We
Definitely.
know won't sell more. So like,
right.
Yeah.
Like that. And this is like one big thing. I create, like that's my area in disc golf. Like you've got your pros, you got the guys that play for a living, and then you got your guys that just make content. I make content. And strangely enough, more than likely I'm going to sell more jerseys than a lot of the guys that are a lot better than me because they don't create. And so like I appreciate that you guys are putting individual effort into my jersey. I'm excited to see what it's gonna come out as. We got some ideas. But
yeah, we have like 5 jersey designs finished right now in a docket that we like offered to players when we like start a partnership with them, so they can like choose one of those designs, or we can start from something new. And they're all really cool, but I know they're not what Frank wants. So I could have just been like, "Hey, Frank, this is your jersey."
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's cool jersey, and it might even sell better than what he wants. But I'm going to give him the jersey he wants because, like, again, I want some. Like, if you get a signature jersey, I want you to love it. So, like,
yeah.
But Frank is
that's
creative. Cool. You know, he creates.
It's going to be cool. It's going to be sick, regardless. I want to touch on one thing, or just jaw-dropping, honestly. Gannon Buhr joining Team Cardinal. You got the #1 player in the world.
That's insane.
Obviously, there's got to be some hoops to jump through in that situation, just with Discmania, with like law, like even his lawyers and his like financial people. So walk me through that process briefly.
Yeah, it was a lot. Fun fact, I didn't tell Lane that was happening until I knew it was happening for sure. So he was pumped when I told him.
Awesome. That's
awesome. Gannon is a friend of mine. He's been a friend of mine for a while. I did all of his graphics for the last like 2.5 years for free.
Yep.
I've never charged him. Obviously he's got money. I could charge him, but like I said, that goes back to the whole, like, I just like to support people who do good things. And I think Gannon's a really good guy, regardless of being a good disc golfer. Even if he wasn't #1 in the world, I would still make his graphics because I just think he's a good kid.
Yep.
And good family too. Like Michelle, his mom, is awesome. And so I don't want to say that like played a part in it, but like obviously, like if somebody's like doing you favors for a couple of years, you probably are like, yeah,
I like this guy.
I'll come support your company. Yeah. And so Discmania doesn't have an apparel clause, which
that's
surprisingly actually a lot of companies don't have an apparel clause. The only one that I've really found is kind of like more strict about it is Discraft. And that's because Ledgestone makes all their jerseys. But the Discmania, there is some legal hoops to it for sure. He had to talk with his lawyers and with Discmania and read through his contract and all that stuff. We actually weren't 100% confirmed that we were doing it until the day before the drop. So I was stressing the day before the drop. I'm not gonna lie. Because we'd already had the jerseys done, everything was made, like all ready to go. Draft was on Instagram, and I was like, it could fall apart.
Come on.
Crazy, but anyway, no, we we have some different stipulations in his contract than with most of our pros. Like Gannon doesn't have to wear our jersey
Cool.
if he doesn't want to. He loves the jerseys, so he's gonna wear them. So I'm
Yeah.
not worried about that part of it. But just because we didn't want to cause any conflict with Discmania, for some reason they did want him to do something, or like they had a stipulation of how many rounds of tournament that he had to wear their jerseys, because they do sell jerseys, but
They
he's
do.
only got like one. He's only got like one jersey, and so we dropped 2 the day we signed him. And so
Not
that
to
being
mention,
said,
hopefully more to come.
yeah, well, he gets a jersey every time he wins a Pro Tour event, so we might be cooked. Frank really might never get his jersey. No,
Might never get my jersey. Next
no,
weekend, Gannon in the front. Weekend after, Gannon in the front.
Wow.
Just
We
gonna
might get-
DM and be like, bro,
we
listen,
might be
you
cooked,
gotta
bro.
give me a break.
Lay one up so I can get a jersey, man.
Just lay it up, dude.
Yeah,
Give Ezra
no,
a winner.
yeah, for real. No, so yeah, it was different. Gannon, again, he's just like, I don't know, he's just like the best kid. I flew up to Boston to the expo to support the expo, because I think Ben Kenny does a really good job with that, but also because I just wanted to, that was a week before the drop, I just wanted to get some stuff finalized with Gannon, so I literally just basically flew up there to talk to him. And we talked for a while at the expo and got it kind of finalized, and got his hands on jerseys and tried them on, and he liked them and stuff like that, because he's he's number one player in the world. He's pretty particular about like what a feel
definitely.
is going to be. He also, in case you didn't notice, is like extremely tall and lanky, and so
Very lanky.
thankfully our jerseys are like a little bit longer, and so
Very long.
they're nice for tall people. So if you're tall, they're great. Yes, they're
I'm
awesome.
6'6", so having them fit
Yeah,
like
in
around a
4-foot
skinny
heels.
body and long enough that I can tuck in.
Yeah, so they're nice, but yeah, it was interesting. Glad we signed him. Like I said, he's gonna be having a lot of jerseys this year. The jerseys support him a lot. Gannon, again, he was just like trying to talk to us about different ways that we could make the jersey support people versus him, because like obviously he doesn't need money necessarily, and so like even his commissions, he's like, can I just like get my commissions in jerseys and just like give them to people? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And so we're going to be doing some of that this year, which that might be crazy. Imagine you just
Really
waiting in
cool.
line to get a signature from Gannon at a tournament. He just gives you a $50 jersey. That's fire.
Awesome.
So yeah, just a good kid, like in general. But yeah, it's interesting. We got a lot of signings. I mean, Gannon, it's crazy because it's like we signed Gannon. So like obviously everybody's like, oh my gosh, they signed Gannon. But like we signed Cal Longquist, we signed Aiden Scott, we signed Lisa Fakis. We signed
Chandler
Robert Bridge,
Kramer.
Chandler Kramer, Connor O'Reilly. Dude, I mean, we like it's so many people. And then we this is our first year with 3 teams, or well, technically 4 teams. But we did like a glide team because we didn't want to like step away from the roots of like sponsoring local pros, because that's like one of the things we like to do of people who aren't maybe getting as much monetary sponsorship from their manufacturers. And so anyway, so that's cool. So we gave the glide team some jerseys. They had like 3 designs. We did 3 designs. The feather one that a lot of people picked with like the feather top, that was actually my signature jersey.
That was so sick.
And
that crown.
I just knew that it would be an easy one to change the colors on, and it was super cool. And like, I don't even take the commissions for my jersey sales from Cardinal. And so like, I was like, I don't really care if my jersey sells good. I'd rather like other people get support. And so I gave the glide team that design, which was like kind of sad because it is really freaking cool. But anyway, so they had 3 designs, and then they could choose the design they wanted, and then they could do their own custom colorway and put their logo on it. So that's really cool. Those have sold really well. Those guys are all pumped. It's like most places, I mean, you guys know, manufacturers just dropping people left and right this year. And I just like, I could have been very easily been like, we've got all these Pro Tour players. We're just going to like let go of all these because it's so much work. I mean, for Lane especially. But we just, like I said, we just want to support people. So we kept them all.
That's cool.
23 jerseys in one day is crazy. That's got to be a record of some kind.
Yeah. People only drop like 1 or 2 jerseys at a time.
Yeah, that's wild.
I want to touch on one other thing, and maybe Nick's got a couple more questions before trivia. But
maybe.
You just took a spot on Gateway's employee realm, right? So you're a sponsor player by them, but you're also an employee of Gateway now, correct?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
Like I said, I own a digital marketing company, so
Yep.
I phrase it this way on Stagger Stances, like they're more of like a client than I
Okay.
am an employee.
Yeah.
But yes, like kind of I do work there. I mean, I have a title and I oversee the marketing department and the team and stuff like that. So yes, I'm an employee, but it's like, obviously it's like billed differently. But yeah, it's super cool. I've been enjoying it a lot. I will stand by this. I think Gateway has like some of the coolest people ever working there.
Cool.
And I think that some of the things that they do, they just get no recognition. And so I think the
Yeah.
way I've been phrasing it is just like some people have a really cool story. They just don't know how to tell it. And so I don't want to like write anything or make anything up
Right.
or do something new with them. I just want to tell the story of what they've been doing for 30 years. Cause like this
Yeah.
is year 31 in business. That's crazy.
Wow.
Like
Did not know that.
they are one of the like OG manufacturers. It's like
Yeah.
Innova, then Gateway. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like basically it. And so yeah, I don't know. A lot of people know Gateway for like the putters because we have, the Wizard and the Voodoo and the Shamans, super good putters. And but man, I'll tell you what, in the last couple of years, they've been adding drivers and mid ranges and fairways and stuff. And dude, I think they have just as good of a lineup as any company in disc golf. It's super good.
I mean, Nick's coach, Nick Robertson, his coach, Nick Crush,
Yeah.
is his
Bombs
go-to.
ethers.
Yeah, his go-to is the ether.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
dude, ethers bomb.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
But
the man.
Nick, any more questions?
How far can you throw?
Like my maximum distance line. The furthest I've ever thrown flat ground without like elevation or like a massive wind was 631 feet. But the farthest I
No,
have ever
don't give him that look.
thrown,
He's telling the
farthest
truth,
I've-
Frank, obviously.
that is 100% true. And I'll tell you what it was. It was with a test flight Hades. It was a smack. Now, the farthest I
Okay,
could,
so
if
what's
you-
your second
if you-
farthest, bro?
If you gave me, I've thrown a couple over 600, but if you gave me like a 5 discs and you were like, you have to hit a distance with all 5 of these, I would say it's like 510, 515,
That's more
Okay.
like it.
like just a little
That's
bit
fair.
over 500.
Holy cow.
Everybody can just like get a hold of one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just like you get the right glide, and then, dude, I mean, I've never seen a disc stay in there that long myself. So it's just like, but it was in front of some random park goers, and it was kind of wild because they were like, it was a guy teaching his girlfriend like how to play disc golf, and I'm just like over there doing field work, and I just like ripped one, and I was like, even I was like, dang, I was like, I smoked that one, and he's just like over there like. Like, trying to teach his girlfriend how to throw an Innova Mamba. And I was just like, yeah. But no, I think like normal, like round distance,
Like
I
500?
almost never throw over like 470. Like,
Yeah. You
that's
don't
like
need it.
you don't. And usually what happens is if I start throwing over like 450, 470 ish, then you start to sacrifice accuracy, form, control, like all these things. And so it's like realistically, like if I need it, sure, I can get over 500, but like it almost never happens. Like you don't need it. And so on tour, I needed it more. And like I always said that like I was saying, like on tour, you don't have to be able to throw over 500, but I think to compete, you have to be able to do it pretty much on command because you get in situations where you need it to score. And for me, it was less about being able to throw the distance because I don't think there was ever a time where I was like, I don't throw far enough for this. But there were times where I was like, in order for me to get this, I have to throw perfect. Whereas like AB or like Gannon, they can like miss a little and still get the distance.
Right.
So it's like,
because it's 80%
sure, like
far, not 100.
sure, I throw far enough, but like in theory, it's like, am I going to throw my maximum distance shot over 3 to 4 rounds as well as they're going to throw a 70% shot? Probably never. Like it's just not realistic. And
that's
so
why
yeah,
increasing your distance is so important because then you can make those 500-foot shots easier.
My main thing I always tell people is get good at throwing putters. I can throw a Wizard like 385.
Yeah.
And so if you can throw a Wizard almost 400 feet, guess what? You don't really need to throw a driver's lot because it just flip up the flat, it goes dead straight. So that's why I love like Northwood Black because I can throw mid ranges like right around 400 to 415 ish. and
That's all you need.
it's like they just stay in the middle, and you can just play that course
Right.
really clean. So
Yeah,
I'd love
I
to
mean-
play it in not a tornado monsoon, but
Real.
yeah. Every
I
time
can't
I've
even-
ever played North of
I-
Black, it's been horrible weather, but I love
Never.
that
It's
course.
never been good for Ledgestone. It's awful.
I can't even
Yeah.
throw a mid range 400 feet. So Kevin throws.
I
far.
did. I doubt that, but
I can't.
Yeah.
You
I
just
throw
need some
I throw
glide.
mid ranges. I throw mid ranges and putters very far. Like
I will
ca-
attest to that. Yes.
I've done like tech disc quite a bit, and I don't throw super fast. Like my average like arm speed was like 68, 69. So like not above 70. I've only hit over 70 like 2 or 3 times. So like
Mhm.
I don't throw super hard. But my RPM, I don't think I've ever had RPM lower than like 1400.
Yeah.
And
Good lot
so
of
I've hit
spin, so that,
Yeah,
that's why
so
your putters
I've-
and mids go farther.
so I've hit like
Right.
1630 RPM on a shot on a tech disc. And so it's
Yeah.
like but again, I played competitive ultimate for like 15 years. So like the spin is a very like the
You have
wrist
to. It's
action
the
is
wrist
powerful.
snap,
So
yep.
that's why plus when I first started playing disc golf, it bothered me that I couldn't throw putters further. And so I used to play like a ton of putter only rounds. So I just got like, I'd be like, oh, I bet I can birdie this hole with a putter. So I just keep trying it over and over again. So,
All right. I got one more question.
all right.
What's a spit out?
Spit out is when something out of your control happens and causes the disc to fall out of the basket.
Mm.
So here's where I
What if you putted hard and it just went through the chains because you put a little bit too much hyzer on it and it flies right through
Yeah,
the
just
right
a little
side?
bit. So that's the
Just a
thing.
little too much.
So the problem with it, and the reason like the term spit out is like such a hot term in disc golf, is because we operate our sport on a very faulty mechanism. Like baskets
I
have
need
a
you to
lot of
define for me, Kevin. You didn't define spit out for me.
spit out. That was a pretty good definition, I thought. Spit
That's
out
solid.
is every time I miss a putt. There you go.
I was gonna
that's
say.
There we go. That's what I thought, Kevin.
No,
That's
no,
what I
I feel like I am very realistic in reality. Like I'll joke about getting spit outs. I feel like I'm very realistic about when I miss a putt. Like the other day I was playing a league round or something like that and I was like, this guy was like, oh, spit out. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I hit like 2 chains on the right side, but yeah, sure. Spit out. Like
Yeah.
I missed the putt. But that being said, there are baskets that just,
There are
you can get
that are
you can get some garbage. Like I had a putt the other day that was crazy on a veteran because they have the big ring where the chains all meet, and I put it like
bolt.
circle 2, nose down, dunker right on the ring, bounce straight back out. I was like,
Straight back
that's
out.
crazy.
That-
I'm like,
those
that's
are
crazy.
If you
That's
don't
crazy.
know, the worst spot to hit on any basket is that ring of chains. That's why Discraft and Innova don't have a lot of center spit outs because those rings are in a place that's like the
Lower.
the disc catcher
Veterans-
is super low.
Yeah,
Veterans are
veterans
right
all
above
need to
the
be
rim.
2 chains longer. They all need to be
Yep.
2 chains longer. They'd fall deeper and they'd catch a little
Mhm.
bit better. Because right now, the best place to putt on a veteran, low left, which is a terrible putt, and high right, which is a terrible putt.
Yep.
And so it's like that.
No hyzer.
It's like
you cannot hyzer.
all our baskets in 4-lane are veterans practically.
Yep.
It sucks. And
Shout out
so
Michigan Chainsaw Pros.
yeah,
We got a
so
lot
we
of
got
chains
MVP, we have some
We have a
MVP
lot of
baskets.
Those
Yeah,
are
we have
nice.
some
Those are
MVP
super
baskets.
wide.
Those are okay. Yeah, they're pretty nice. They look kind of trashy, but they
Mhm.
catch pretty good.
They catch
Um,
it really well.
I'm trying to get those onto another course and try to get these new Titan Pro 35s from Gateway. Oh my god,
They look pretty nice.
I
I haven't played
actually,
them yet. but
I actually
they're
dig
nice.
the gateway basket. I played
It's
on them
dude. Oh
Eagles
my
Crossing,
gosh.
and if you hit the chains, it's going.
Did
in.
you? So when did you do that?
2 years ago?
Like a year ago? Yeah. So he didn't even have it out. The Titan Pro 35. So you probably were
Yeah,
putting on the
definitely not
old
that
ones,
one.
which
I was
yeah,
definitely
they
putting
had
on the old
Titan.
ones. Yeah.
They had Titan 24s, which are a good basket, dude.
They're
Titan Pro
narrow.
35s. I'm
I
telling you
like
right now, dude.
Big.
Gannon put on them for like 45 minutes at the Expo, and he literally right out of his mouth. Why are we not using this on the Pro Tour?
It's because they're heavy. The chains are heavier, right?
Yeah.
It's like a 4-tier system of chains. It's honestly ridiculous, but it does not spit. You will never get a spit out on a gateway. If you fall out of the basket on a Titan Pro 35, you miss the freaking putt. I'm just telling you right now. So yeah,
Pace
we'll see.
control.
We'll see.
Pace control's
Yeah.
going away with the putt.
Yeah,
Honestly,
for sure.
it's like people just want it to stick. You know, when you hit a good putt, and we're all putting from farther away now.
Yeah, and I kind of
Most
am
of the time.
okay with it. Like I know that there's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, we should go to marksman baskets," but I disagree. I think the basket should be maximum dimensions. I think it should catch everything that touches the chains because that's how you get people watching the sport. You want to watch Ricky lay up a 40-footer? You want to watch Ricky bang a 150-footer and wrap
Or
their
like,
leg it the whole way
you
in.
know, you want aces to stick too.
Yeah,
Aces don't
So,
stick. They
I
just
don't think, and people say like,
Calvin.
oh, it's so much harder to putt in golf, and they, whatever, they're not laying. Dude,
We're not
golfers
golf,
lay up,
buddy.
and golfers lay up. It just
It's a
doesn't
boring
look.
sport.
It doesn't look as lame as it does in disc golf because in golf you can lay up and it kind of looks like you're going for it. But in disc golf, if you're laying up, you look like you've just given up, right?
Yeah.
And so it's
Pretty much.
different. And so I don't know. I just like
I like that.
the way we play the sport. We play with a circular object that can roll, and we play with a metal target where if you hit it, you roll. And so
And
it's like
then you have
the layup
wind.
is so much less dangerous. I feel like in golf, where it's like.
Yeah.
You just have to worry about the slant. And the slant is going to act the same always, right?
Right.
And so I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's different.
I hate elevated baskets probably more than anything, dude.
I love elevated baskets.
I actually also like
And do a headwind, dude. And do a headwind.
I don't
do your
love.
15
I don't
feet
like
away.
any putt into a headwind. But
Really?
uh,
Dude, I love headwind.
if
putts.
I have
I'm
to
saying
make
that
it-
unironically.
if I have to make it, I like a headwind putt because it's easier to commit. But
Yeah.
for like normal putt in the round, give me a tailwind all day.
Oh, well, yeah.
I
I
just
just-
like headwind
yeah.
better than tailwind. I got the little nose
Yeah.
up guy. You can just
Yeah.
like float it in there.
Float it
Yeah.
right at the cage, no
Yeah,
commitment.
yeah.
The wind will carry it in all the way.
It's just if you miss, oh boy.
60
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
That's all I got for
But-
questions.
All right.
Nice.
Trivia time, baby.
So, Kevin, we're going to pass it over to trivia.
Okay.
And as you know, Nick is undefeated in trivia. So,
Mm,
Yeah, Luke Taylor got destroyed.
dominated.
know.
So,
I'm probably gonna lose.
Kevin, welcome to trivia.
I was
Pretty
vibing.
catchy. That was a pretty catchy intro.
I was vibing.
All right. I'm your host, Frank. We're here with trivia. This is how our trivia works. Some people play trivia where you both get to answer. We don't like that because it doesn't put you on the spot. So, Kevin, we're going to start with you.
All right.
You get a chance to answer the question. If you get it right, you get a point, and we move on. The second question is then Nick's question. It always alternates, no matter what.
Okay.
But if you miss the question, it then is passed over to Nick, who has the opportunity to steal. It's a multiple choice. You're going to have 4 options. If neither of you get it, I get the point.
Nice. House.
Sound good?
Yeah, I don't
so-
like this format, but we can go.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
house. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to, Kevin, you're going to start us off with the first question. Kevin, which manufacturer currently owns the mold, the hook shot? Is it
Lightning.
Lightning? Is it Vibram?
Lightning.
Is it Innova? Or is it Wemo?
It's
Kevin,
Lightning.
you're off to a hot start. The answer is Lightning. Well done.
Fun fact: Gateway owns the molds for Lightning
Wow.
discs.
Okay,
So
well that's why
I should avoid
I actually
all
know.
Lightning. Wow. So Kevin off to a river 1-0. Nick going to you. Nick, which disc has the first 2 centimeter rim? By 2 centimeter, I mean thin. So think thin. First disc to have a thin rim. Was it the Valkyrie, the Odyssey, the Beast, or the XL?
The XL, please.
The correct answer is not the XL.
Yeah, it's
Kevin,
the
I'm
Valkyrie.
coming over to you. The correct
It's a
answer is
Valkyrie.
the Beast. The Beast
No,
is actually
Valkyrie.
the first disc with a 2 centimeter rim. While the Valkyrie was slim, I think it's a 2.1. So
Oh,
it's not actually
whatever.
slim enough. You look it up. Look up this. All right.
All right.
So
all right. We'll give Frank a point.
Kevin with a point,
Steady
Frank with a
point.
point. If you watched my short segments of, I did like trivia Wednesdays on my Instagram last year. This was one of the questions.
Oh
So-
yeah, I
I've
totally
never
remember
watched
that.
any of Frank's videos.
All right. Back over to Kevin. Kevin, which company sold the disc The Night Flyer? Is it the Discraft? Is it Franklin? Is it Whammo discs or is it Lightning discs?
I think technically it's Discraft because it's an DGA disc.
That is not correct. I'm going to pass it over to Nick. I'll explain why.
I'm
The night
pretty
flyer?
sure that's right.
I'll
I was
explain
gonna-
to you why.
I was gonna say this guy. I'm gonna go Franklin.
Neither were correct.
No, it's got to
actually-
be.
It's actually Whammo. And
Yeah, I was gonna
this was
say.
before DGA was made by Discraft.
Mm,
And so it was technically Whammo's mold. While DGA was the like company that was making the disc, Whammo was the signature on the disc. Makes sense?
gotcha. I was gonna say I
So-
remembered
Mhm.
Midnight Flyer Quakes DGA dropped
Yep,
like 2
yep.
years ago or something like that.
Right. So that's why I didn't include DGA in there. It would have been all confusing and But-
It was still kind of confusing because Discraft makes them.
Point Break.
Frank
Point
is.
Frank.
I think it's cheating. So
2-1-0. I love this game.
He's tricky with these.
Yeah, it's
All right,
tricky.
Nick, back over to you. Nick, Discraft had a precursor to the Zone. It was out for a very, very short amount of time and are not made anymore. Was this disc the Wasp OS? Was it the Swell? Was it the Tempest? Or was it the Torque?
I actually don't know this one. It's definitely not the Wasp OS. The Swell is a stupid name. I'm gonna go with the Tempest.
The correct answer is not the Tempest. Nick off to a slow start. Kevin, I'm passing it over to you. Do you
It's
know
the
the answer?
Torque.
It is the Torque. Correct
Wow.
answer, Torque. It was
The
out
Tempest
for like
is the DGA
a
mold.
year. Tempest is a DGA mold.
That's why I thought it was discreet. It was
Yeah,
the Tempest.
I could see it.
Because it was
I
like a
could see it.
DJ naming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I
So
thought.
another
He is
tricky
tricky
one.
with these.
I'm getting cooked.
Nick, we gotta wake up.
We need
All right,
bonus. I need
Kevin,
bonus.
this is a favorite question of mine. Which Innova disc was the first in the line of threes? Was it the T-Bird 3, the Rock 3, the Wombat 3, or the Mako 3?
I like want to say Wombat 3 because it's the older mold, but I kind of feel like the Rock 3. I'm gonna say Wombat 3.
That is not correct. I'm gonna pass it over to Nick. Nick,
It's definitely not the Rock. I mean, between the T-Raid and the Mako. What is older though?
I'm pretty sure the T-Bird's older than the Mako.
Is it though? The Mako's a mid-range. They made drivers later. I'm gonna go Mako 3.
see the thing was Nick said it was definitely not the Rock 3. The correct answer was actually the Rock 3.
I knew it.
It was
I'm
the
so
Rock
dumb.
3.
What?
The oldness of the
Back in
Wombat,
the lead.
the oldest
Yep.
of the oldness of the
Yep.
Wombat, tricked me.
Wombat 3 was actually, I think, the most recently released. That was only a couple years
Okay.
ago. I actually
Wow.
had a prototype. I think it was 2017. So.
Classic.
All right. Nick, I'm winning right now. 3 for me, 2 for Kevin, 0 for Nick. Nick, we got to wake up.
These are
But
hard questions. These are very hard.
This one I think you're going to also miss. This one's really tough. Because wait, this is Nick's question. Nick, what Innova mold was first named after a car?
That's
Was
gonna
it
solve
the
this
coupe?
Innova trivia.
Was it the Corvette? Was it the Stingray? Or was it the Thunderbird?
What disc was first released in 1980?
It's the first disc named after a car.
I'm gonna go with the Corvette.
That is not correct.
Or system.
Kevin,
The Stingray.
Stingray.
that is
Duh.
also not correct. The answer is the Coupe. The Coupe was
What?
released in the
Never even
90s.
heard of it. Never
Yep,
even
very
heard of it.
small disc. All right.
How are people
It's
gonna
a-
know
it's
these
butt
questions,
kicking.
Frank?
It's
They're
butt
not.
kicking. I'm butt kicking right now. Okay, this one is definitely one that you should
Can we
get,
get more
Kevin.
relevant
Okay.
questions, please, Frank?
It's,
he's only got
4
in
to, it's
1980s
4 to 2
trivia.
to 0. Kevin,
Oh gosh.
how many plastics are listed
Oh, I thought that was
on the
how many putts did I
Gateway-
miss last round?
How many plastics are listed on the Gateway website? Is it
Oh, it's-
15, 18,
it's-
11, or 21?
It's got to be 21. I actually don't know the answer, but I'm pretty sure it's high.
It is not correct. It's not quite that high.
It's a lot. But hey,
It's
hold
a
on,
lot.
hold on. Technicality. You get technicalities with the
Mhm.
DGA Discraft. Maybe there's multiple plastics you don't know about.
That's why I said listed on the website.
All right, all right. I'll let you have it.
I looked up plastics in Gateway.
Nick, it's definitely
There's
not
certain of them.
18.
I was gonna go with 18, Frank.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It's 15. It is 15.
Dude, I'm getting
Got it with the
Actually,
Rock
only
3
15.
reverse
Yep.
engineering.
I'm getting skunked right now.
Yeah, I think it's
These
5 to
questions
2
are
to zip.
terrible.
Frank is
These questions are
shredding
bad.
right now. All right.
There's
We might have to
so
choose our-
there is so many plastics though.
Okay, but Kevin actually gave away the answer to this earlier, and it's Nick's
Ooh.
question, so we'll see how well he paid
Oh.
attention. Nick, what
Dude,
year
I'm sick.
was Gateway established? Was it 1994? Was it
He's gotta do
1997?
math.
Was it 2002? Or was it 1991?
You said
He's like-
30 years, so 1994.
That is correct. 1994 is the correct answer. Nick
Great year.
on the board. Great year. It was the year Kevin
Great
was
year.
born.
That's right.
Wow.
I didn't. That was just a guess.
That
Kevin,
is true.
I feel like you should get this one. What Castoplast mold has a second inner rim? Is it the Rask, the Berg, the Lotz, or the Rico?
It's the Rask.
That's correct. It is the Rask. Nick, did you know that?
That was an easy one.
Yeah, I feel like that was a pretty easy one.
That was much easier than previous ones.
Go
About
for
19
Okay.
before I was born.
Well,
Animal
here's
Lisa was named after a car.
well, here we go. Nick, you're gonna get this one.
What disc is a double rim? Like,
Nope,
what?
you're gonna like this one a lot better. Which Discraft sponsored pro formerly threw his signature T-birds for 10 plus years? Was it KJ Nybo? Was it Michael Johansson? Was it Kale LaVisca? Or was it Andrew Presnell?
KJ Nabo, please.
KJ Nybo is the correct answer. Nick,
Thank you.
running up the points. I think it's 5-4. Kevin winning to 2.
2.
Yep. Kevin, do you know how many you have?
I think I have 4.
Okay, maybe it's 5-4 me.
I think you have 5,
Yeah,
Frank.
it is.
I have
You have
5?
Yeah.
Strongly in the lead. All right. This depends on how much
As
disc
the
golf
answer
you
sheet.
watch. Oh, I think I'm gonna guess. All right, Kevin. Which disc golfer competed in the first Champs versus Chumps as the champ? Was it Paul Macbeth? Was it Ken Climo? Was it Nate Doss? Or was it Nate Sexton?
Champs versus Chumps, like the recent thing Jomez did.
Yep, they've been doing it for the last 8
Oh,
years, I think.
I'm gonna guess Nate Sexton.
That is not correct.
Wow.
Mm.
Pass it over to Nick with an opportunity to gain a stroke.
That's what I was going to guess.
I mean,
I will tell you this: the first episode was released by, I'm gonna blank on the name.
Probably Ace Run.
The
or
California.
Spin TV.
No, the California.
Paul
We
Macbeth.
disappeared.
You gave it away.
The
Only
California
Paul
guys.
Macbeth.
Who is the who? What California? Central Coast. Yeah. So it was released by Central Coast.
Mm.
What's your guess, Nick?
Paul Macbeth.
That's correct.
He said it
Paul
was in
Macbeth.
California. He's from California.
Yeah.
guys.
All right. 3-4 to
Sorry,
5.
Kevin.
I get all the ones you guys miss, and I'm gonna give hints to Nick.
Hey, we're
how do I
teammates.
guess
We're
wins?
partners. All right. Nick,
Yeah.
which disc is the highest glide disc on the market currently? Is it the Sonic, the Condor, the Sail, or the River?
River, please.
The correct answer is the River. We've got
Thank
a
you.
close ball game now. It is
800
4
glide.
to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has 803 glide.
Rivers do be glided.
All right.
I've never seen anyone throw
Kevin.
a river in my life.
It's got 7 glide, if you were wondering.
Yeah, I know.
7 glide. Crazy. All right. Kevin, little tricky one. I think you can get this.
Mm.
Besides Paul Macbeth and Nate Doss, which Discraft sponsored player was most recently a world champion? Was it Eric McCabe? Was it Paige Shue? Was it Cameron Todd? Or was it Dave Feldberg?
Paid shoe.
That
I
is
think
not
she was sponsored
correct.
by Dynamic when she won.
She was.
Oh,
we go
but I was on it. Oh, you said what Discraft sponsored player?
I was
So
gonna go
they
was
were
with-
the most
sponsored
recent.
by Discraft at the time.
That's a technicality. Void that question.
I'm gonna go Eric.
Nope.
She is sponsored by Discraft, and she
The
was
correct
sponsored.
answer is Eric McCabe. Gotta give it to Nick.
That's
Gotta
that's
give it to Nick.
crazy. That's a
give it to
crazy
Nick.
technicality.
But here's what we'll do, Kevin. I'll give you a makeup question.
All right, that's more fair.
Kevin, of your last 150 posts, what percentage is memes?
60%.
The correct answer is 60%. 60% of Kevin's
Amazing.
posts are memes. Wow.
That's crazy.
I think we're all
What
tied up at 5s all the way across the board.
Honestly, I
are.
thought it was higher than 60. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Well-
I mean, I just counted before we started, so might be
We have
accurate.
Sorry you had to do that.
we have 3 questions left. Nick, this is your question. If you take this, Kevin has to get the last 2. Question.
Wait, hold on. No, it's 5-5-5.
Yeah, we're all tied up.
Okay. All right.
So 3 questions left.
Okay.
If I get it, you gotta get the last 2.
Mhm.
Kevin, also coming from a Trivia Wednesday post. What is the first 13 speed disc? Is it the Boss? Is it the Katana? Is it the Nuke? Or is it the Ape?
Oh man. I want to say it's the Ape, but man, the Katana is also old. And they're all old. I'm gonna just say the Ape. Why not?
That is not correct.
Really?
Nick,
All the old,
do you know
all
the
the old
answer?
people I know throw the
Is
Ape.
it the Boss or the Katana?
Nick's gone. We lost him.
Oh, I've got Nick here.
Oh, he's
You might
gone
not be able
online.
to see Nick, but I can see Nick.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
Nick?
I'm gonna go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm gonna go with the Katana.
Nick guessed
Oh, there we go.
Katana.
He's back.
The Katana is not correct. It is the
Wow.
Boss. The Boss is the first 13 speed disc.
Wow.
Wow. Frank takes the lead in a shocking turn of events.
Wow.
Frank, the only person here who
This
throws
is
Innova, is
crazy.
winning the Innova trivia night. That's crazy.
Oh, it's too easy. All right, 6 to 5 to 5. Kevin, since we gave you that one, we're gonna go back over to Nick for this one.
All right.
Nick, PDJ has a basket category called Champion category. It's for their higher level baskets. Which basket was the first in this category? Was it the Mach 3? Was it the Black Hole? Was it the Titan Pro? Or was it the Disc Catcher 28?
Okay. That's a good question, Frank. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. I'm gonna go with Mach 3.
That is correct. Mach
Yeah.
3 is the correct answer.
Thanks, Discraft.
What a sad time to be
Wow.
playing disc golf for that to be a
Wow.
championship basket.
True.
Yeah, Mach-
These categories were developed in like the early 2000s.
That's the one with
So-
the ring at the bottom, and the one.
No, that's the one with like 14
Chain?
chains. Yes, it's the one with the ring at the bottom. It's got
Yeah.
literally 14 chains in it.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, this comes to you. If you answer this correctly, it is a
Three-way
tie
tie.
ball game. And this is probably one of the easier questions.
Oh, great.
It's another Innova question because I can't find any trivia online, anything other than
Oh
Innova.
my gosh.
Nate
look up some
Sexton has
sport
had
posters.
many signature discs in his time. Which signature disc had an Echo Star plastic version? Was it the Firebird? Was it the Firefly? Was it the Excalibur? Or was it the Destroyer?
The Destroyer.
Final answer?
I've had an Echo Star Destroyer. Are you saying it was Nate Sexton?
It was Nate Sexton's signature disc.
Oh, then probably the X-Cal.
Final answer?
Yeah, the X-Cal.
Final answer. The X-Cal is correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
So wow,
There's
it is-
Echo Star Destroyers, but Nate
There
Sexton's
are.
never had a
not
signature
not
destroyer,
Nate
I don't
Sexton's.
think.
Wow. What
I mean, if you give me the
page.
page shoe question back, I think I win.
Man,
So, I don't
nope,
know.
nope, that's a toss up. I'm gonna go back to last week's trivia, and
Oh no.
or I guess no, this would have been 2 weeks ago.
Oh no.
Yeah, when we had Luke on.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. Oh, I asked a trivia question wrong 2 weeks ago. I gave the wrong
Ooh.
answer, so I'm gonna ask
Nick's gonna
that
know
question right now. Nick will know this.
Is it the follower one?
Oh no.
No. Nick will know this, but here's the thing. I'll ask one also to Nick then afterwards that Nick doesn't know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Kevin, what course on tour holds the hardest played hole on the Pro Tour? It was posted 3 weeks ago on Instagram. I didn't know this, but it was posted like the same week we released the video. Is it Northwoods Black? Is it Ivy Hill? Is it New London or is it Toboggan?
It's not Toboggan. You said New London, Ivy Tech, and Northwood Black.
New London, Ivy Hill, Northwood Black.
I want to say it's Northwood Black Hole 12, but I don't think that's what it is. If it's either that or I guess New London, it could be that one hole. Man, there's a lot of hard holes on all those courses.
Yeah,
Nick, do you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with hole 12 at Northwood Black.
That is not correct.
It's hole 3 at New London.
Nick, what hole is it?
It's at New London, but I think it's like hole 5. Something like that.
Yeah, I think it's hole 5 as well.
Five.
But it's
yeah,
at New
5,
London.
not 3.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
par
Played
5,
one-
OB, all on the right side, and it's like 1,000
Yep.
Yeah.
feet, and it's a par 4.
Yeah, at 8 Mile Launch.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
like the one hole I never played well there. I played that course pretty well, but I just got eaten by that hole every round. It was
Yeah,
always
I
like, all right, time to get a bunch of birdies to fight back from that triple I just took.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I bogeyed it at worst. I played that hole pretty good. The hole's hard.
Yeah. I got too aggressive every time because I played so bad at Ivy Hill that I was just
Yeah.
like,
Same, dude.
All right,
oh, that course.
Nick, I am going to give you a question on Discraft. I found this online, so help me out here. Considered to be the first true member of Team Discraft, this player was unable to ever win a world title, but they did finish second twice with Team Discraft in the
Steady
90s. Is it Steady Ed? Is it
I
Scott
was
Stokely?
kidding.
Is
I was
it
kidding.
Eric McCabe? Or is it Paul Ulibarri?
Scott Stokely.
That is
Number one.
correct.
Then he was
Scott
on
Stokely is the correct answer, and Nick taking home the win in this
The
week's
comeback of the year
trivia.
so far.
That's crazy.
Wow.
What a comeback.
Oh, what a comeback. Now, we'll put a
well,
little asterisk next to it because of the Page Shoe question. See how that was misleading.
Brady gave me a hint.
Diabolical phrasing.
Would you have guessed Eric McCabe? Is the real question.
Yeah, I would have not guessed Paige Shoe. I knew she wasn't on the disc grab.
He was on dynamic for the longest time, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But technically, I think am I at least right if you count the technicality?
Yeah,
Right?
if the technical
She
because
won it.
would-
She's won it after Eric McCabe. So,
correct, but
yeah.
she was on dynamic.
Yeah.
That's why I put her in there.
Yeah.
I put her in there specifically as that like toss up, but I didn't clarify that they aren't
Correct.
currently
Dirty
on
work.
Discraft,
Yeah.
or they had to be on that. Okay, but Kevin, thank you for coming. We had a good time. Glad to have you on. Really excited to see all that you're going to do this year, both playing and on Cardinal and Gateway and all the disc golf stuff that you're doing. But yeah, huge thanks for coming on, supporting the show,
Yeah,
and we'll see
thanks
you
for
out on the
having me.
course and see you
And-
Sunday.
We'll see.
I'll see you boys Sunday
buddy.
or Friday, Frank, if you're trying to play.
Yeah, hit me up. I'll play.
All right,
Awesome.
I'll see you boys.
That's all from us. Enjoy the rest of y'all's day.